Hi guys, this is MegaDragonoid. As you probably can see, we're here at, well, basically our second part of the third part. And the game is kind of weird developed in parts, but we're close to finishing this game off. I'm really wondering what's the entire story behind it. Damn.
We were having Edgeworth with us as well from Karma, and of course I discovered something out about Bud's picture. It turns out it could be swapped, you know.
Yeah.
But it's different. Instead that he saw I was flying, instead of that she was falling, perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll all figure it out soon. We found Pearly in Heavenly Hall with Bud. I don't know what he's able to do with her, because that's actually not nice. Because Pearly needs to be saved by an adult and not like somebody who's called himself the Buds.
Yeah, kind of true on that. You never know what the Buds does.
Even Sister Bikini can't take responsibility for Pearl. You know, that Pearl is in the safe hands, in the safe temple.
Mm-hmm.
And we also perhaps figure out that our victim was the mother of Maya and Mia Faye.
Yeah.
And that she is the aunt of Pearly here. She hit herself like a few years ago, but
17 years, I think, as something like it was.
17 years. But she reappeared.
Yeah.
For some circumstances reason.
Indeed.
Well, let's go further.
Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I have been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. She's shocked. Uh-oh, that doesn't mean good things.
That's no good.
Where were you, and what were you actually doing when it all happened?
I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. Night of the murder. We were supposed to be in Miss Darksman's room reading a book together, but Darksman was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. What actually happened at night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
What the hell?
Also have 5 blocks.
Bum, bum.
Shut up.
I've been a bad girl.
Holy fuck!
No.
I am being punished.
Yeah, you are. What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power. It has disappeared.
Wait, what?
Okay. There is something on. There's something.
Something's
She was-
definitely going on.
What do you mean your powers has disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over me. A spiritual medium who can channel spirit is like a painter who can paint. For example, Mr. Butts here.
Hey, what are you looking at me for?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
it. Pearls. You tried channeling someone's spirit right here at the Sakura temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? You know Pearls is the most strongest spirit challenging ever.
You know, I heard a horror story about a spiritual medium,
Yeah?
and there was an evil spirit attached to her, and it possessed her, and she died about that. It's horrible.
Didn't knew that.
Yeah,
Hugo?
you have to be careful if you able to contact with the dead.
Yeah.
You need to have a strong will. And something else that is very strong.
Yeah.
Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That's really cool of you. Ah!
That's tough. I'm going to have break her cycles to get the truth out of her. Do we do it now?
No, unfortunately we can't.
I want to give her a hug.
So now we gotta go to the main hall and talk to Bikini.
February 9, Hazakura Temple, main hall.
Why is she shaking?
Man, I think, and when I see Hazakura, I think about Yakuza.
It kind of does, huh, for some reason.
Yakuza Temple! Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern?
Looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. Told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 logs that were stopped us from getting inside the sacred cavern. Yeah.
But who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set trick locks are those in the Korean tradition.
We have ours at the sacred cavern, trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I have been meaning to ask you. You are
Meaning, talk about you.
Sister Bikini.
Oh yes, we were in the middle of the chat, weren't we?
Yes, you were telling me how the massive crane disappeared 17 years ago. I wanted to know what misty face suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line."
I have a feeling who that can be.
Yes.
There's only one person that can be that mean enough.
Yeah. I am here to put a stop to them. I feel sad.
Someone's trying to destroy the main family line?
There is only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of the Korean and her daughters, the main family. And other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch family always have and always will plot to erase those with the main family line.
Actually, I'm thinking about 2 people who actually can trying to break the family lines.
There are so many people that try to destroy Maya's life. Remember?
Yeah, we have Dahlia Hart. Go ahead.
We have also the Mother of Pearl that's locked up.
Hmm.
We have Dahlia Hartorn.
Yeah.
And perhaps we also have the killer.
Yeah, I'm still wondering who it'll all be. Is the power of the masters worth the most bloodshed?
You believe in a technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. That time I've seen her channeling the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the the Mask and Masquerade case, during Maggie Bright's trial too. Thanks to Maya, me always on hand to help me out when I needed her the most.
The Korean technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. It's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill?
I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kinda expected you'd be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe it in anymore, you see, all because of that one little mistake.
Yeah, was that a mistake with Misty Faye, if I remember?
Could be.
Mistake? What mistake?
It was 17 years ago. That's when everything come crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about the what I think she is?
I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. It's all coming back together. All the pieces are falling together. We have a full picture ahead. Who is the real mastermind?
Yeah, we have now all kind of cases of all the 3 games coming melting together now.
Yeah, all the pieces coming together.
The DL6 incident. I knew it! DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case.
A murder took place 17 years ago.
It was the first time in the country's history the police was ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer.
And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
Mystic Misty's channeling in the name of the certain man's faces. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spirit into action.
But that man was not found guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world have ever seen in the Korean tradition and openly involved in. So that's why she hid away 17 years long.
Yeah.
It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Korean village. That's why she disappeared of that failure. She was ashamed of it and then she disappeared out of nowhere.
Or maybe to protect her children.
Yeah, also because, well, if a parent is like a fail, they of course need to be punished. So she actually vanished.
Yeah.
So the children will be the next generation of the Korean master.
And will not bring shame to the village.
As well, that's why the sister of Maya, Mia, was also into the into that involved with this when she passed away. And now somebody else wants to eliminate Maya.
For kind of the same cause.
only to get that power. Just the people are just so drunk on power.
Maybe the power, or maybe to erase them.
Yeah,
For hatred.
For erase them for good. No tracking trace. They run free on the world.
Yeah.
Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. A facade. And then she just disappeared. Vanished. While everybody still thought of her as a fraud.
But I know the truth. Misty Face Beijing wasn't a sham at all.
Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Korean tradition is starting to recover at last. But with the new master wielding the power of the clan.
Does she mean Maya? Family thought.
The spiritual power of the Korean channeling technique is in the blood.
Maya told the exact same thing before.
We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spiritual mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
According to Maya, only woman in the family can hire that power.
The main family bloodline stems directly from Mystic Ami. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
The one doesn't become broad families, right?
That's right. And it's always the cause of the tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I heard of her.
What? You know about Mia?
Of course. She became a lawyer and hoped to discovering what happened to her mother.
I lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia has rumored to have said? She said it wasn't the only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of tradition.
Nice, big sis.
Aw, sis is caring of little sis. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Mystery, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. Her aunt is already kind of involved.
Yeah, that's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. Misty, having the spirit powers, managed to absorb the master seed from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Yes, that woman.
Morgan. There's a name I know well. It was a year ago at Maya's home, Grain Village. She did was trouble.
Terrible.
It was all she could make her own daughter the next master.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must already realize that's Iris.
Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this?
That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. No. She took her power from Pearly. She took the power from Pearly.
No way!
That's why she took the power from Pearly. So that's why
Hey,
Pearly could not
um,
channel him anymore. She took it.
Mean.
I don't think it was Iris that did it. I have this weird feeling that it wasn't Iris that did it. I don't know
Sti-
why. Why do I have that feeling?
Not be.
Iris is what? She's kidding me. Iris is Morgan's Faye's daughter? You just say Iris is Morgan's Faye's daughter?
I thought you already knew. It sounded like you met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
I have. I know her very well.
Oh?
Yes, Pearl's Faye. I always thought she was only child.
Just a child? She's Mystic Morgan? I had no idea. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she?
Yes, ever since she was found with a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set up Pearls up as the next master.
Don't you hear that? Pearl's next master?
Yeah.
I see. So I've been wrong all this time.
But if Iris is Morgan's daughter as well, what the hell's going on here?
The older sister will be then the next one, huh? No, I think that Iris person took Pearl's power. I have that feeling.
Well, we can't
I
know
have
for
that-
sure now.
I have that feeling. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2.
Say what now?
What?
Wait, what? 3?
Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl. Wait,
What? Twin sister?
could Dahlia Hardthorn be an evil spirit now or something that she is possessing Iris? Could it be?
I have now so many questions. Where is the third daughter?
Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Korean reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with them.
Okay.
What?
How awful.
He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
So,
Someone
it is
else
big
say-
chance that it is Dahlia Hardthorn that actually is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Oh my
Are
god.
they trying to say that Dahlia Hawthorne is related to Maya and Pearl?
What the hell?
Oh my
That seems to be what they're
god.
going with.
Yeah.
Okay, just getting further. Oh my god. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. that was Iris, you see?
It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister... Could it be... Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What's the name of Iris' sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. I can recall is that her father was a jeweler.
That's a clue. I guess, a jeweler? Thank you very much. You helped me clear up a lot of details. Girls has two older... Yeah. Girls has two older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her dual husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that the child of hers would be one day lead a clan.
That's why she had pearls.
It seems like the incident here was the result of Mystic Morgan's anger. An evil spirit, maybe?
Yeah.
It could be able to break free of the bars that can confine her. One of the side locks.
Iris has two... Iris has a twin sister. Plot thickens. This is information will be unless useless unless I can flesh it up a bit. I need to ask more questions. I need to get some more info. Okay, where do you head now, bro?
Alright, so we already talked to Gumshoe, so we need to go. Excuse me, we need to go to the garden to talk to Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, got it. Okay, we're here. What do we do?
So you need to talk to Edgeworth, apparently.
Well, I talked. We did that. Look.
And now you present the profile that has the question mark on it. There you go.
Hey, Edgeworth. Do you know that Iris had a twin sister?
What? A twin? You can't be serious.
Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin.
There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked.
Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, Julie, I think.
A jeweler?
You got to be kidding me.
Right. I just might know who this twin sister of hers is.
I had a feeling you will say that. Let me guess. Your name is Dahlia Harton, right?
Yes, exactly.
Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth, please.
It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died.
Well, you're talking about Terry Paulus, right?
You know about that case?
You're not the only one that noticed Iris and Dahlia Harthorn. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago.
Yes, Dahlia was the key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. How many sisters does this woman have?
Well, apparently 4 then. Her sister?
Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife.
Oh. This is when she ended my life. A woman who tried to kill me. And after Terry Fallows died, what happened to Dahlia? Do you check that out?
Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case.
But somehow she is now. Why are you so sure about that?
It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead.
Oh,
What?
Okay, now
Wow.
Now it has to be a spirit that's haunting everything.
yeah, that's why the evil spirit is taking over Iris' body to do those horrible things, so she can blame Iris or something. I don't know.
A minute.
And Iris know Phoenix because about the case, what her sister has done to Phoenix, right?
Wait a minute. What if these letters, or whatever these things are burned? What if it is Morgan that sent papers to Iris? Was supposed to be doing certain stuff for her, but she got scared, and for that trade, Pearls found the papers, took her body, and stole also her powers.
Yeah, perhaps Dahlia Hawthorne is something having behind of all of this, even if we are not sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to
And,
puzzle also.
and that's why Iris had a sight locks in the beginning, perhaps.
Yeah.
She knew Phoenix Wright, but she couldn't tell because something is pulling her back, and that was a twin sister.
Apparently, yeah. What?
Well, her metabolic processes are matters of interest only to historians, so to speak.
Give me a quick moment. I need a quick total break.
You know why evil spirits are sometimes coming? They are having revenge. And if you ever seen The Grudge, the movie, of course, that female is actually being cursed by hatred and sadness all at once. That's why she is actually haunting while you are entering her home. You are being cursed to death, for example. Or if you hear in the Japanese train station, you hear like a teke teke sound. That means that teke teke ghost is coming for you, and she is actually looking after her lower part, so she could be free. And she's also an evil spirit. There's so many evil spirits in Japanese folklore in the history books. I don't know which one is true or not.
Girls lost their powers. She did, right?
That's what she said, yeah.
What if Dahlia Hawthorne took her powers? Without thinking, because Pearls thinks Maya as her big sister. Even they are not related, she still thinks. And because Dahlia Hawthorne reads Pearl's mind, she took her powers.
Be right back, guys.
Okay.
I have a theory as well if you want to hear it, bro. I
Sure,
don't know
go
if
ahead.
I'm right, but I have a theory. What if Dahlia Hawthorne has actually taken control of Maya's body and is using Maya as her way to do all these evil things to try and reveal the secret that you know.
Well, that will be now impossible because those locks were in place when she started to do the challenging from that, you know?
Well, they did say that Iris was the one who placed the first block, but who placed the rest of them? That's what I
True,
wanna
but
know.
the problem is Maya can't do it. She's locked. At least we know that.
Then there's the whole thing of why did what's his name Larry see someone falling, we believe, from that bridge, and he's absolutely convinced. He is 100% convinced he saw Iris falling from the bridge.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to puzzle it as well together. That's why I'm thinking, because we also know Pearls has been, before the bridge was repaired, the entire time on the other island. Keep that in mind. She was still there. After the bridge was repaired, she started to get passing. She went to Larry.
This mystery just keeps getting weirder and weirder, doesn't it?
It does get weirder and weirder, but we're getting the information we need. That's why I'm saying, what if Dahlia Hawthorne actually possessed Pearls? And also remember, Iris felt guilty. Remember?
She felt guilty.
Yeah. She felt guilty for what she did to Phoenix. Remember that too?
Yeah, that's...
What if Dahlia Hawthorne, when she fell off the bridge, she actually died legit? That we were just being lucky that we had the good flow with it. While Dahlia was actually legit murdered by the river.
How does that relate to what Iris felt guilty about?
Yeah, but true, keep in mind, the case before this case was a part of the past. What if Dahlia Hawthorne possessed Iris for a while, for a long while actually, because she came also back with the point of trying to put the blame on us as Phoenix Wright. She came back, and it was only because of, well, Dahlia, but she was possessed thanks to Iris, because they were very similar related. We have seen they had the same kind of hair, only different hair color. But we know Iris has black hair, so what if Dahlia actually just painted her hair?
We know now that Morgan had 3 daughters and that Iris was one of them.
And now we know Dahlia is a part of it.
Yeah,
as
still a
well.
mind warp. That's still a mind warp.
Yeah, but all things are starting to line up.
Oh yeah, it's starting to line up, but it's still confusing as little egg.
Yeah. Audio Artorn. Also effort in this. So it's the. So what I'm a little thinking. Don't get me wrong, bro. What if these papers, because it says on the third page, burn is like once this is burned, this is the only word we could figure out because the rest was burned already. Also make anyone tell about his letter. So probably it says also make sure that not tell anyone about this letter.
You think that's what it says?
Probably because Pearls is hiding. And we know family members of the Karain are supposed to not be lying, otherwise they lose their powers, remember?
Right, so you think Pearl lied about something and now she lost her powers?
Probably because she's hiding the truth. She's not legit hiding. Because it's clearly noticeable something is bugging her.
Yeah, it's bugging me too.
And it also
Oh,
here
man.
says, Gravely Roos, the master of... Probably the last part will be Karain. Fires the Hades and bring our... Vengeance makes sense. Vengeance to fruition. What if Morgan has been the entire time contacting with Dahlia and Iris? The entire time.
Possible. Wait, was Morgan the evil woman that we helped put under arrest? Was she killed? Like, what did she end up dying? No,
Her.
she is in solitary confinement. So
Probably
not
she
dead.
have sent letters to her daughters without others to know it.
Yeah, secret letters maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it says here, oldest sister of Misty Faye and mother of Pearl and Iris. Now we know it's also Dahlia Hawthorne, apparently.
I am back.
Yeah, we're trying to puzzle every piece of gameplay we have done of this entire trilogy. We're trying to piece it all together. We're still a little bit confused, but we're getting more things lined up to connection. Am I right, bro?
Yeah.
You want
I feel like we're getting super close to an answer, but it's still a bit confusing.
Yeah. There are so many things still unsolved. Dahlia's death. What do you mean Dahlia Thornton's death, Edgeworth?
Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years.
Wait, Dahlia wasn't deaf? Dead? Huh?
Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey. Mia Fey!
I'm Dahlia. Like she was possessed by a demon or something. It comes now more together again. Am I right? What if it is... Wait, what if it is... Yeah, go ahead.
Dahlia Hawthorne wants to be, of course, perhaps maybe also that headmaster of the Green Village. What if
Maybe.
she was channeling like Maya always does, but she failed by summoning an evil spirit that possessed her, that she became like, and when she of course died, it was that possession. Just like what I told you about the medium if an evil spirit is going to possess. Perhaps that could it be happy that happened that also that she was responsible for the murder that she tried to kill Phoenix White.
Mm,
Perhaps that evil spirit connected with her into the soul, so she was possessed and she didn't know what she was doing. By if she angered herself, she actually was possessed by the evil spirit, and that evil spirit was actually by her anger that she possessed her. Perhaps that's why she couldn't help it. So the evil spirit uses her desire to become the Karain master to kill Mia and trying to kill Maya to become the Karain master.
I get what you're getting at, but no, that must
It
make
could
sense.
be. It could be.
Well, we know for a fact Morgan Vey, the eldest sister of Misty Faye. Where is she? There, Misty Faye. Misty Faye took the master title from her older sister, which is Morgan Faye. Morgan Faye started to get a big grudge on her big sister, another little sister. That's why she went for trying to get pearls into the same state. But because she had twin sisters with Dahlia Hawthorne and Iris, probably she planted evil thoughts in their minds in case of to make sure that she gets her revenge in some way. And it was recalled thanks to Mia Fey.
That could be.
Man, this is just getting crazier and crazier, isn't it?
But if she died, how can... Okay, so... I'm still puzzling. It's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
Hmm.
It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out.
Minute. Was it 2 or 3? No, was it 3 or 4 years ago that Edgeworth did a case about Terria Flawless?
It was about 4, I think.
Okay, 4 years. Okay, so
It adds up.
if Dahlia was killed after the fact of we put a verdict on the case that we were guilty of, whatever who was guilty, can it be that the case around very far was a possession onto Iris by Dahlia Hawthorne? Still trying to process everything.
There's a lot to take in. She was executed last month.
Okay, so she was not. Okay. Executed?
Wait a minute. I see
Sure,
where.
that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? You can't possibly be connected with this case. He's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them.
No, but what if challenging to somebody that has connections?
This is just getting crazier and crazier.
There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. Seems you're not aware of one connection yet, Edgeworth.
I think Iris is not supposed to be Iris.
It can be also true.
Yeah,
What?
perhaps she could be Dahlia.
What if she actually, when the earthquake happened, it was actually Dahlia Harton's spirit coming over to Iris and taking possession of Iris, putting extra locks on it to make sure that it ends. But if it's that is the case, I'm trying to figure it all out. It's about Iris, Dahlia, and Harton's mother.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
She's Morgan Fay, spiritual medium from a branch family of the Korean challenging technique.
Did you say Korean channeling technique?
Do you know something about it?
Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium.
Fraudulent?
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. Oh, he's talking about that one. Okay, never mind. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
It's worth.
Go to the police records room, it's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. There's that case file again!
Yeah,
Pop it up!
indeed. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was a victim in that case. Edgeworth, you understand someday. Then you will see the Korean challenging technique is real. Where are we heading now?
Alright, we have to confront Iris at the training hall.
Let me guess.
Yep, you present the Magatama. It's time to break those locks.
Breaky time! And again, the stupid sunlight is in my face. There we go.
The night of the crime. The night of the crime.
I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on the night. You say you were in your room in the Osakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe that you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person you saw somewhere the night of the murder. Oops. I pressed the wrong button. That was an accident. I was thinking about two things. Morgan Fay and Dahlia Harthorn. Which is right.
No, it was Bikini that saw her.
Bikini, there she is. Talk about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini.
Her testimony in court was very clear.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in a temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Zakura Temple.
Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two were about Mia's training that night.
Maya.
Sorry. So you see, Iris, you were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright.
The acolyte actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would left out to be 9:40 p.m. I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but lying doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now you say 11 main hall and 9:10, but what do you say doesn't add this?
Wow. Okay, so you can either present the Iris' testimony or the hood.
The what?
Hang on. You say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Yeah. Say, so you can present her testimony, or you can present her hood that she gave to you.
I'm going for the hood. You yourself testified to this contract, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, the only moments you before ringing that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Dad.
Me.
Mr. Wright.
I mean, duh.
We have spoken a little that evening. That's why you gave me this. So you haven't forgotten?
No, that's right. I remember.
That brings another puzzling fact, Iris. At 2 o'clock at the night of the murder, we were seen in two different places at the same time.
Huh?
This time you told me exactly what's going on, Iris. So managed I proved two things. First, on the night of the murder, you were at the Inner Temple. Second, at the same time you were ringing the bell at the Oscura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this
Possibility.
Well, bro?
There were two of you.
I was correct on that. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time, which means there must have been two of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
That's crazy. How could it be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems suggesting otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me.
Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious. You just show her Dahlia Hopeland's profile.
Yeah, I found it very obvious, so that's why. You have a firm grasp of the situation, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps.
Ah,
That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer.
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
thank you.
No need to explain it now. Is there, Iris? Second of you here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a challenge dodo, a training ground for the grain challenging technique.
Huh?
That night, someone challenged Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit. He knew about it. The secret you have been trying to hide from me.
No.
The same way her sister does. And my mistake has been errored.
I went to my room at the main hall that night. As soon as I heard I'd been spotted in the inner temple, I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me, who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the in temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betray her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept. I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago?
Huh?
Oh, you remember?
Yeah, I know, but what? There's confusions.
That was the start of it all. It was started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How do you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange will still take place.
What is adding up here?
After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
Wait a minute. Is she the one that took the photos?
Perhaps not.
What?
But I got scared, so I went away.
What are you talking about? Why should you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful.
But I promised that I helped. And she didn't do it for the money.
Oh? Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? Now I feel it's definitely Morgan Fay doing everything behind the schemes.
Revenge.
What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He took our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. Mother was the oldest daughter. Mean family.
Hey!
Oh, sorry.
Our
Sorry.
mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family.
I got so used that every time it went black, it was me. Terribly sorry.
The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that was the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power.
So it come all back to power again.
Yeah, power is not all.
But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her, she took over as the master of the Korean.
That should be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Korean tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated that place. He said that he was a hick drive and that he had no reason to stay there.
That's when you came here to the Asakura Temple.
Yes, the woman my father took. And his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I heard she's been very battled spiritually and emotionally.
You can finally begin how the pieces fit together.
I have asked her everything I can. My capability as a prosecutor. This incident. Everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fey clan.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident, which is your sister, Dahlia Hartum, poisoned lawyers, you became a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you ever heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise.
Thank you. I suppose better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl side locks. Here we go.
Bye, Irish.
Later.
Looks like we're going back to the Heavenly Hall.
February 9, Heavenly Hall.
Look at that, they really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Ha! You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all up.
I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding.
Yep, go ahead.
Time to break. Sorry, Pearls, I hate to do it. Night of the crime. After the night of the murder. You were supposed to be in Police Dogsman's room reading a book together, right?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But it didn't go to the end. In the end.
You didn't go?
No. There was someone else I had to go instead. I was worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
But Pearls never went to Miss Darksman, the Darksman room, because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls. On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you?
The inner temple.
Bro?
Just trying to find out on this map. It says... You check the map, present the inner temple.
I was correct. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Like she's still not going to open to me. This is where you, because you were so worried, right? Next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm going to guess and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, you tell me the whole truth.
Oh, okay.
You went to this place for a very simple reason. That is...
Oh, Maya.
We all were on the same page. You that you were so worried about, Pearls, was Maya, wasn't it? Knew the training Maya was on the taking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course. ...
I signed up for your special course.
Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those when you channel.
This is beginning to scare you with what she said, didn't she? Because it was you who introduced our temple, Asakura Temple, to Maya in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mr. Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple.
Okay.
Then we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. But that's not clear what happened after that.
Yeah.
About what time was it when you headed to the inner temple?
It was pretty around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I hear the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
Did you hear the lights out bell? Your temple pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
Hey, we'll trying to pick up the sound of the bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh, I
think I know why. The reason why she was worried about because of this. This is where I'm gonna get confused. Help?
The letter, the burnt letter.
I had a feeling that it was getting close to that. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Where did you? Where did you get it?
In the inner area at the inner temple. Pearls. You were following the instruction in this letter that night, weren't you? But you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the bell. The lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burned. The last section is still very legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be challenging?
My. Nah.
Taking into account for the Octave and the purpose for writing it, whose spirit should be trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious whose Pearls was supposed to be challenging. The person you were trying to channel the night, Pearls, was...
Alia Hawthorne.
I had a feeling it was that one. So I was right. I was right on this page. It was Holly Dorthorn, wasn't it? Was the name that was in the letter?
Oh.
Just as I expected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
Oh. I never heard of anyone by the name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. Doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them?
I don't know.
Pieces are starting to line up.
Let's go.
Whoever asked you to channel the spirit of someone who you never heard of, I have quite of a respect for them. After all, you followed the instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow?
Good feeling.
Bro?
Alright, it's Morgan Fay, yes, you're right.
Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any what the instructions meant, did you?
But
You will follow them for the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you? That's why? I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls, it's time you start telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick, I.
Why is he holding back from me? I don't get like this.
Don't underestimate me. I'm just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I followed those instructions, I like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
She's saying rather admit to carry out those instructions. I guess I have to produce some more evidence. Then one more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. You both know some carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. You're right. There was no evidence to prove it was you.
Oh, Pearl.
However, I do know whoever did it was a child.
How did you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult had made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
Sure, you thought it was carefully following by the instructions you have been given. But you mistook some of the words that was evidence to prove it.
Scroll!
Yeah.
Gosh. Remember in the letter it says, gravely roast or gravely something about grave. Or,
Yeah.
So he probably thought that actually meant hot gravy.
Yeah.
You put hot gravy on the scroll. Oh, poor Sleepy.
I was like, I'm thinking like, huh? What is the mistakes he made? But now I understand. It was you who splattered gravy on his hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Why would I do something like?
You remember what was written in that letter? Bravely roast the master in the fiery hell and bring our fruit changes in fruitation. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast it, among others, right?
Did you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Darksman on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. It's kind of a tough word.
Sure, Miss Darksman taught you how to read gravely and roast, but she didn't teach you what they meant.
Gravy sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think was the food.
That's why you did it. That's why you recovered the picture of the mass in gravely from the night but roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Aww.
She's so cute when she's innocent that way. Just a teeny bit.
I'm useless. Couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing. Couldn't even do it right. Aww.
Not your fault.
And nailed it. Are we going to do this or are we doing next time?
We should do it. We should continue it because we're very close to the end of this chapter. Like,
Okay.
super duper close. We've got to finish this up. We have to finish this up.
I did go to the inner temple. With the pot full of the leftover gravy. And that's why I was hungry. I still recall the poster.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred gate. I was sure it was the master figurine, like it said in the letter.
I see, and then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all of the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yeah. I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Miner main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So, I just stayed where I was prayed for her to get to it.
Girls, did you fall asleep?
No. Couldn't help it.
Aw, you can't sleep on my lap, Pearly. But stay out of this.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep?
But stay out of this.
I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens.
Yeah, you sleep all the time.
Anyway, how then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple?
Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but the skipper wasn't there anymore. And there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. Oh. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up and the leftover gravy
And let some of the steam by the Chucky by the gravy on the scroll while you cried.
Oh. Yo,
Must
Bert.
have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school too.
It has nothing to do with school, you dummy.
Oh my god.
Don't I quote something like trivia with her experience, Larry?
it was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I hear the bell ring.
So you channel Dolly. This is my line actually. So you channel Dahlia Heart on spirit.
No. Tried, but I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
I never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried.
So Pearls was possessed by her?
Well, her power was taken away already when the ring bell, perhaps.
Or she was tired? Or worried?
I don't know.
Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Her power is taken away while she tried to channel it. Oh my god.
But I just couldn't do it.
Not sure what's going on.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that.
Just jump over the dusky bridge, Dad. You can fly. Whee!
Yeah. She never managed to channel the spirit? Is that why why you think your spirit's powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Is there any other explanation why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there is not a possibility. It's not very likely though.
Should you please tell me what it is anyway?
Could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
No. Spoiled sport.
Eat that brush, butts.
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken.
Oh my god, Butts. Will you shut your mouth or I will come over there and tape you and just rope you up?
Yes, Ellie is a fictional character.
Yeah, certainly is.
Then it should mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeling her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes.
I'm a failure.
Hey, what?
Oh, don't be.
I am confused.
It will work out. It will work out, I'm sure.
I couldn't even find Mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, it's Mother. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. Definitely need to find out more about it. I need to search that letter name up.
My mother has gone to replace the planetary.
Planetary?
Penitentiary. It's like a
Penitentiary.
prison, I think.
Oh my god. She will never see her mother again.
Penitentiary, yeah. I'm pretty sure that means
It's
prison.
it says a prison.
Yeah, but perhaps it could be worse than a prison.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Ooh, it's so
Following Hogwarts
cool.
Organization, Penitentiary Act is passed in 1797, 1779 in illusions on as opposed to two penitentiaries, one man and one woman. However, these two never built up this. Still not very clear. Probably she's sentient. Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me.
The time we have been waiting for has come, Pearl. There is something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It is for the good of the Fake Clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much.
Oh dear.
Going to be bad.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
Yeah, sometimes even the worst kind of things.
Yeah.
She said it was for the good of the Fake Clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fake Clan too, so it had to be good for her too.
Actually
Nope.
worse. Actually worse for Maya.
That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There's was the picture with her letter too.
Picture?
Yeah, of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Actually, a picture is enough to channel someone's spirits, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh?
Oh.
Like no Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
Why do I feel somebody... Wait a minute. Wasn't God if he had despited us?
God has despised us for a long time, but what does he have to do with anything?
What if he is the one that has been challenging Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit the entire time and actually hiding his true personality? That's why he became a prosecutor.
I don't
Also
know
be
about
on
that,
Dahlia
but
Hawthorne. It could be true that God, Mr. Goddard wants revenge on Dahlia Hawthorne by
Yeah,
stabbing her to death,
yeah.
so
Someone
she
had,
will never return back.
yeah. Someone had already opened it already. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us. I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at the innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her?
Huh?
Oh, here I am again. Finally figured out, have you tried? Finally realized how terrible of a crime being painful obvious it is. Got it! The innards of the secret cavern looks like a freaking puzzle war. Wait, stop. I guess that he's talking about Iris and the lock break effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Cause Maya
I know
Fey...
why Goddard is doing this.
Well?
He's doing it for Mia. Mia
Wait.
Fey. He's doing it for Mia Fey.
What if you guys are right and that it's Mia that actually is challenging
I think he's doing it for Mia.
yeah. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Wright. Just like your job was to protect Mia Fey. Lucius is caught up in the worst circumstances. I really like that, but you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could save them. I didn't know anything about what's going on. Ha! What did I just say, Wright? Being obvious is a heinous crime itself. Tomorrow, we will settle everything in court. Tomorrow, once and for all.
Mr. Nick? Is that man just said true?
It will be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You will see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
Aww. My dear Pearl. You've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
It's her again. And it's all stories are come out colliding with each other every time.
Yeah, everyone is like, ah.
Well, I guess we're gonna call it the end of this week. Guys, if you like the content so far, make sure to hit that sexy free follow button. You can also go to twitch.tv/MegaDragonoid. I'll be streaming. You can also go to deviant.com/MegaDragonoid while I'll be posting my art. You can also hit the notification bell, and you know what happens. You can see my videos or my streams when I'm going live. And you can also go to share or Justin's pages if you want, and they can tell a bit of what their opinion about this is, because I need a really big total break.
For my YouTube, you search for Princess Sira with the light blue hedgehog on it. And there you have it. Go ahead, Justin.
Well, my YouTube is just Parodies Man, my Twitch is just Parodies Minor, and my DeviantArt is Dr. Chester the First.
Back to you, MegaDragonoid. Back to you, MegaDragonoid. He's still at the toilet. Don't flush yet.
Oh crap! I just want to throw my here. So I could help it. But yeah, guys, this is sadly it for this week. If you liked the content so far, just do what you normally do. So we wish you all a good day, a good week, and peace and operators. Have a nice day.
Peace out.
Please, please.